Alrighty. Okay. It's oh, think. Alright, let me just make some quick advertisements that I've started. Oh, why is my brain not working? Well, welcome. It's been one hell of a week. Work. I basically pulled double duty all week at work, and I kind of lost my mind a little bit because of it, and I've just been exhausted. It's probably best I didn't stream yesterday, honestly. I feel like I'm coming really hot today. Hello. Hello. It's as good as it's gonna get. Let's get back to it. Where were we? We defeated Titan, I think. I think we were about to start heading towards Garuda. Miss Ma'am Garuda. God, I'm just speaking of congestion. I hope everyone with allergies is doing well. Oh, because I woke up this morning and it was bad. Yeah. We need to keep doing this as well. How fared you with your training, Aresta? For my part, I had some success uncovering the identity of our mystery attacker. That's right, because we ended with the summoner quest where we can now summon the big chicken nugget. We knew that our assailant was capable of summoning Ifrit Edgy, so our pursuit perused the records of the past expedition for those who claimed to have triumphed against the Lord of the Inferno. These primal hunters, there were 8 names listed as present whereabouts unknown. After eliminating unlikely candidates based on race and gender, I was left with but a single name, Tristan. Nevertheless, I have witnessed him use the art of summoning for casual brutality, and that I cannot countenance. You can... I thought countenance was... No, whatever. The power should never be employed for the sake of tyranny of personal gain. It was meant to oppose such evils. It is our responsibility to bring Tristan to justice. Should we stand idle, his reprehensible actions could very well stain the good name of the future summoners who have yet to answer their calling. The art itself could be outlawed. The very mention of it. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to change the name of the stream because we are not heading towards Titan anymore. Hold on. How do we get into login? How do I just get into... Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh, why is the game not showing up? Oh my goodness. There it goes. Okay. Sorry about that. Fun stream stuff. Let's see. Well, before we go do any of that, can I not? I thought it started. Oh, there it is. Oh, spooky. Wait, this way. The All Saints Wake music is so goofy. That man is just wearing underwear. Either starved Armand. An adventurer by the looks of you. As it so happens, I have a proposition suited to a woman of your talents. Are you prepared to throw caution to the wind and consort with fiends most foul? Of course you are. But before we get to the heart of the matter, let us reflect upon the history of All Saints Wake. In this 4-hour TED Talk, on this night, the fell fiends emerged to cavort and careen, unconcerned with the judgments of those on high. For the halls of the saints' heavenly abode ring with the merriment as the wine flows freely, and no one can be bothered to look down. Thus did God-fearing folk greet this particular sunset with trepidation, daring not to venture from their homes. No longer, nay, for adventurers came and drove out the void scent, restoring safety to the city's streets and marking the occasion as one of jubilation. That's all well and good, but what of those poor forsaken fiends? Are they too not deserving of revelry? My wish is to see All Saints Wake reborn as a celebration for all, be they ghost, ghoul, Gridanian, or otherwise. I just realized this is a woman. I'm keeping the voice, though. And how do I propose to accomplish this feat? Blinding obligations, friend. Binding obligations. I've convinced the more sinister sorts to enter into contracts which forbid them from preying upon mortals. In exchange, they are permitted to partake in the festivities, but there's one troubled soul who still seems incapable of getting into the spirit of things. Perhaps you'd be willing to give them a helping hand. Nothing too devilishly difficult, I promise. Before you get started, you want to get a grasp on the particulars by speaking with Papa Gruff. He ought to be performing one of his shows by the entrance to the Great Loam Glory. Now, I shall be watching your performance with great interest. Okay. Where are we going? Is that... Ah. Apograph. This guy. A reoccurring character of All Saints Wake. although it pains me so, our humble performance must draw to a close. Let us end things on a high note. Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you feast your eyes on the fantastic Philcox and his transformation magics. Ta-da. What was that all about? The clowning and whatnot was right laugh, but the last bit was bleeding rubbish. Come on, let's get out of here. Giant hat on that girl. What's more, you failed to mess up even in an ounce of magical prowess. I had the crown in the palm of my hand. We'd have been the toast of the town if not for your blunder. Oh, he's an Ahriman. There you go again, shrieking the same old tune. I've had it up to my eyeball with this farce. Just because you know a few cheap tricks doesn't mean you get to... doesn't give you the right to treat me like that. I can't stand the sight of you, let alone the thought of taking the stage with you again. Good riddance. You don't belong to my usual demographic. If you're not here to see one of my shows, then why are you here? A foul fiend failing to get into the spirit of All Saints' Wake, I'd wager you speak of Philcox, the fellow who stormed out in a huff. Like most of our ilk, Philcox and I have a insatiable appetite for aether. But unlike your garden variety void scent who hunt hapless mortals like beasts, we prefer to sate our hunger with their enthusiastic approval. I think it was literally 2 years ago he was like trying to trick people into a dungeon to with his family to literally devour all of their ether. Silly game. I tell you, there's no ether as delectable as you'll find in the food gifted in genuine appreciation. Which set me to thinking, perhaps preying on mortals was an old-fashioned and misguided approach. I tell you, there's no ether as delectable as you'll find, okay. Yes, I did commit to giving folk the sort of frights that dazzle and delight, winning their hearts and minds, and in the process no small number of ether-laden delicacies. And what better occasion for such terrifying amusements as All Saints' Wake? The method is catching, too. Many voids that now seek ether in this manner. Philcox is one such reformed individual. When I first laid eyes upon him, I sensed promise. But get him in front of a crowd and you're lucky to get a smattering of half-hearted applause, let alone a few measly crumbs. You'd be better off hearing it from the Ahriman's mouth, though. He can't have gone far. Oh, poor Ahriman. Isaac Ahriman! You will pay for casting the rubric. That sniveling whoop of an imp. Magic this, magic's that. The sheer unbridled cheek of it. Okay, I see them. There, there. There, there. There, there. Apologies. I had taken leave of my senses. Your timely intervention is much appreciated. Wait, by the look of you, I see you're an adventurer. Let me guess. That pumpkin-head lady sent you to check up on me, did she? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you my tale. Try as I might, I just can't get the hang of transformation magics, and without the means to delight the crowds, was starved for appreciation. I'm an Ahriman. Paralyzing prey with this big eye of mine? Not a problem. Turning them into stone with a petrifying glare? A trifling task. Hells, I can even smell the despair and all manner of negative emotions in the people around me. Obviously, paralysis and petrification won't win over an audience, and my metaphorical nose for despair isn't going to put Aether on the table either. I ought to just tell that pumpkin-headed lady I'm not cut out for this business. If you're here at her behest, you better come too. Oh, he's already given up. I gather you had a hand in Bill Cox's decision to lay bare his thoughts and feelings? Not that it did any good. I'm stuck at square one, underappreciated and underfed. Such a curious child. Are you truly so blind to your own potential? Huh? No doubt you have an inkling as to what I speak of. Pray share your wisdom with Phil Cox. Oh, there you go. You can spell dark emotions. Use your gift to help those in need. Arista, you're so smart. Well, you'd have to be hard-pressed to find a void sent who'd suggest that. I don't see how helping others helps me, but then again, I know little of mortal ways, so perhaps I should heed your advice. Oh, wait! I see logic in it now. What better way to make use of my talents and knock that pompous Papagruff right off his pedestal? No. I'm getting ahead of myself. I have no idea where to start. Perhaps I can lend a hand with a little sleight of hand. Hold still. Boots. Cape. Horn. What? It is guaranteed to turn heads. You look so out of place. Not only is I guaranteed to turn heads, each and every thread is imbued with the potent magic to aid in your newfound purpose. Oh, you know, I think I can feel it. Maybe this isn't going to be so tough after all. Oh. Ha-ha. Hee-hee. Oh. There you are. You know, I had thought to apologize for my harsh words earlier, since our act was my initiative and therefore our success, or lack thereof, was ultimately my responsibility, but I sense that you've been scheming. It pleases me to inform you, Papagruff. I've found a way to win over the mortals on my own terms. I find that hard to believe, but since you seem so confident, why don't we have ourselves a contest? Whoever garners the most affection, and thereby the largest share of aether-rich victuals, wins. The victor go the spoils of subservience. The loser will be bound to obey their every whim. How does that sound? You're on. I hope you're ready to bow and scrape. Alright. That mortal epithet about one's dark being worse than one's bite comes to mind. Prepare yourself, Vilcox. Ma'am? Yeah. I know I've got this marvelous magic outfit, but I'm still not entirely convinced I have what it takes to beat Papa Gruff on my own. Come with me, just until I get the hang of things, that's all I ask. Very well. I shall leave Fieldcox in your capable hands. Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! Oh, goodness. Time to find out what we do. Whoa! How about we try and find a troubled soul in need of aid? Ah, but let's get out of here first. Yes, please. Even the NPC knows how crowded it is. Right, time to look for a folk harboring negative feelings. Give me a moment. Oh, goodness, where are they? Oh. I don't know if it has something to do with that pumpkin-headed lady's enchantment, but my powers feel more potent than ever. I've already found someone, and whoever they are, they're awfully flustered. They're to the northeast. I think they're... I'm not sure where exactly. The roads here can be confusing. Yeah. Truth be told, this is my first time in the city. I've got a decent sense of direction, but I've yet to grasp the lie of the land. Can I trouble you lead the way? Alright. I think he's gonna follow me. Yes, I am well aware. Alright, where are we heading? Just north? Alright. Okay. Whoa! Spooky. Sorry. Oh! Spooky! Oh! I wish I could say that I don't do that in private, but I do. Discuss the delighted women! Ah, such glee. They've mentioned a clown. I wonder if they've just had the privilege of seeing one of Papa Gruff's performances. Listen, I'll be the first to admit, he's an expert illusionist, and yet you've only got to look at the folk like these ladies to see what he knows how to work a crowd. But I won't be upstage. I'll prove there's more than one way to win over an audience. By following your timely advice, that is. Given the delight written on their faces, our opponent must have earned himself some sustenance, which means we've no time to lose. Onward. That clown was amazing. Oh, the doggy. Turning a pumpkin into a little pup? Oh. A pup. Why am I alive? Oh gods, where has she gotten to? Ah, this must be the fellow my senses were leading me to. Shall we find out what ails him? You there, what's gotten you so worked up? Oh, forgive me, there was this poor little girl who had been separated from her mother. I was helping her look, but she suddenly disappeared. I can't simply abandon her, but then again, I have an urgent proposal to attend to, and so I don't know what to do. In that case, why don't I and my associate look for the girl? Then you can see your affairs without worry. Thank you. So, she's a young lass dressed in blue. I hope you're able to find her forthwith. Alright, let's find a kid. Time to use them senses. I'm detecting a despairing presence to the east of here. Odds are it's the girl, which means I have need of your navigational is that nose? Once again, after you. She's distressed. Ooh. So distressed. I thought this would be a fine opportunity to accrue some appreciation, but I think the poor girl is beside herself. She keeps calling out for her mama. Might I enlist your help? This must be the lost lass we've been looking for. If we want to earn her thanks, we will need to reunite her with her mother, wouldn't you say? Which means now we have a lady to locate. Any suggestions? Ah, you're saying that the mother will be worried about her daughter having gone missing? Brilliant! Exactly why I had you accompany me. Right then. I cannot find her. No. I think I've learned my way around the city, more or less. I'll handle the next part on my own. Wait here. I'll be back with the girl's mother in no time. Oh, be praised. You're safe. Thanks for finding Mama, mister. You found my kid, now have some food. Yum, yum, yum. Or not, no food. Do you believe me now, Papa Gruff? Sweet, sweet appreciation, and all courtesy of my special talent. Can't help but notice they didn't offer you anything edible by way of thanks. For my part, I've already been rewarded with a tasty morsel. That said, the gift of food is far from guaranteed. Indeed, perseverance is key, which is why I find myself performing show after show. I suggest you approach this contest with same tenacity, Phil Cox. I'm afraid he's right. Constant effort is key. Luckily, I sensed another troubled soul while I was tracking down the girl's mother. I'd better go see what I can do to help. You know, I think I'm ready to go it alone now. Why don't you let our pumpkin-headed benefactor know? I'll come... Oh. There he goes. Well, I'm afraid my next performance calls. Until we meet again, adventurer. Alright, let's go back to the amphitheater. The adventurer returns, and at a precise moment I predicted. I do hope Phil Cox's company wasn't too taxing. What of our fiend and his endeavors? You have my thanks, truly. Ah, speak of the devils, here they come. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That turned out to be a damn sight harder than I anticipated. And all I have to show for my travails is a single cookie. I think the first gift I'd receive would prove to be the last. It says I didn't receive so much as a crumb. I suppose this means you win. Very well, as I'm yours to command, Papa Gruff. You admit defeat far too readily, Phil Cox. Hooray, we found you! I wanted to thank you properly for helping me. And Mama, I brought you a pumpkin cookie. Wow, for me? A pumpkin cookie? Golly! Oh. Wow, it's a powerful cookie. I'm glad you like it. Farewell! That makes it one apiece. A draw. Still, Philcox, while you had some assistance along the way, you nevertheless done yourself proud. To think I'd live to see the day Papa Gruff sings my praises. Awfully kind of you to admit that I might have worth. Is that all you desire? My begrudging acceptance? Have you forgotten your reasons for joining the festivities in the first place? Of course I haven't. The good people of Gridania still in need of my help, and where there are common folk in need, there are cookies to be freed, or given to me. Adventure. I had better get going, but before I do, let me say this. I might have found a way to make the most of my talents. I wouldn't have been able to do so without you and the pumpkin-headed lady. I'm sure we'll run into each other again one of these days. Till then. The promise I sensed in Philcox when he and I first met wasn't illusory after all. I should take my leave too. 'Twould be remiss to me allow him to garner all the glory, to say nothing of the cookies. I'd say those two fiends ended up having themselves a frightfully fun-filled All Saints Week, wouldn't you agree? And for your part, this a fitting reward. I present to you a set of finery, as worn by Gridania's most emotionally perceptive Ahriman. Yes, now I have the outfit. Okay. I cordially invited Humble Bow to get together, so to drop by. I assure you, frightfully entertaining. Anyway, help was much appreciated at this. Okay, yeah. There she goes. Complete. Alright, let's see how we look. Whoa! I look awesome in this? Holy shit. dyes am I looking for? Let's see. We can dye this twice, huh? Oh! Like a dark purple, and then maybe like... I kinda dig that. But I don't have current purple. Oh, and it's locked behind a beast tribe. No! Oh, that actually looks pretty good too, though. Ah, it's crafted. Can I craft yet? No. Well, this still looks pretty cool. You're gonna have to put it back on actual gear, though. Guy. At least he's wearing shoes. Gotta protect your feet. Alright, let's see. Let's do the summoner, and then we'll get back to MSQ. I would just put on, like, glamour the gear, but you change gear so much at the early levels. And then, hold on, I'm gonna fix my portrait. Why is no one ever up here? Always down here. Oh, there. Former mortal flame. Well, it seems like Tristan wasn't telling tall tales after all. He said I could expect some primal adult sod to show up and start asking questions. Why don't you stay here and play with some friends of mine? I have a message to deliver. She's all yours, lady. Cool. Oh, guess you forgot to get out. Kirby. God forbid I remember one stream to get the carbuncle out. Yeah, I'm addled, am I? Enjoy that. That was a quick one. Makes me think it's probably not over, but who knows? It could be that they're putting a lot more effort into the 45 and 50 quests. Sorry, I get spooked easy. It's scary. Oh no, he's sad! You were set upon? The fiend is one step ahead of us. I'd wager 10 years of the dig site findings that Tristan warned his old allies long before you set foot in that settlement. They thought you one of the tempered, a mortal enthralled to Primal's will. In addition to being ruthless, it appears that our opponent is highly intelligent and not quite as deranged as I first assumed. Such a level... Oh, okay, you can be smart and deranged. I'll just put that out there right now. Such a level of planning hints the existence of some greater scheme, but that is all we know. For the moment, we must be content with the knowledge that he perceives us as a threat and is aware of our efforts to track him. Speaking of which, you did exceedingly well to survive the trap into which I blithely set you. I must apologize for my carelessness. I will not underestimate this man again. On a happier note, however, my efforts to decipher the elegant text proceed apace. Here, you must read this. The skills you've already tried and tested against the edgy, you should have this little difficulty mastering secondary summoning techniques such as this. Let us put this day's disaster behind us and focus on the wonders that lie ahead. Ooh. Deals unexpected damage to potency 152 on targets. Ah! Oh. Pain flare. That's my back in the morning when I try to get up. I've got that pain flare in the back. Okay. Time to go to the church and see who this guy is. We most certainly have no idea who he is. Geeky Tanglefoot! Oh, that's a good name. This dude, I don't know why this looks like just like someone's goon in like Spider-Man. Like one of the low-level thugs that is paid by the Kingpin. Is something troubling you, my child? You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there's anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. The wild roses are dead, father, and I know not what to do. The wild roses? I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. Oh god, yeah, they're all dead. I forgot that was last time. How could this have happened? And you're certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garleans? Yeah, that's all Minfilia really does, is get kidnapped and then die. I mean, what? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I've known her since she was but a child. Well, do I recall the day of our first meeting? I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I'll gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Merc. Is it just Mark? Hey, Mark, come over here. Yes, Father. I love that this is like some slow, big reveal, but if you never played 1.0, you have no idea who this man is. If you require assistance, pray speak to Mark. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you, he means well. I should explain. Mark is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano. Alas, his experience took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he surely would have perished in the desert. I want you to look after Arista. Do you understand? Yes, Father. Those who wait. Personal request, hot dog. It concerns this broken horologe, which was found in the pocket of a man who brought it here for burial. There's something familiar about it, but I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask you to journey to Camp Drybone in my stead to obtain a ballpoint chisel and a pair of needle-nose pliers. They are often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps they would be the best people to ask. I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. I'd go down here, but I'm too shy. Oh. A traveling goldsmith. Here we go. A ballpoint chisel, you say? And a needle-nose pincers? Oh, it says pincers, not pliers. I mean, that's what they are, though. Those things don't come cheap, you know. Balls! I mean, yes, this should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business with you. The money's mine. Back up to church. About the tools I requested? Nope. Here we are. Something occurs to me. Please wait here a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. How did I do it? These hands. They moved with a mind of their own, I deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt of uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Arista. This was a mistake. Please give the horologe to Sister Elune. The man who once owned it is currently in her care. I think it's best that it be returned to him. Have you come to pay your respect to this man? Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time? Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I am given to understand that Its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Work said that it belonged to the deceased. Oh dear. You don't suppose that the owner may have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. Maybe, but mayhap. More importantly, how did Mark manage to repair this device? I know he had talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. The rebel again. Sister Lund is staring at you with great sadness in her eyes. I recognize you now, Arista. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who have lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. You wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you find closure. Pray return to the Waking Sands and move a bunch of dead bodies. You there! I'm pointing and yelling! I'm very important, you know. I'm John T. Capitalist, and I'm here to point and shout. Shopkeep. As you can see, we got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage yourself. But it's a stuff of nightmares, I tell you, goddamn Imperials. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, and I'm sure as hells don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here before? Or do you have one of them faces in there? Oop. There's only 8 left. Okay, let's get these bodies loaded up. Oh no. I recognize her. She was one of the door guards. Oh, there's another one of the... There's the other door guard. Remember... Oh god, what was this guy's name? Did a quest with him. What was his name? I mean, these are all definitely people I remember looking at. Oh, wait. Which was the guy? I think it was the Lalafell I just picked up. Was the one that was just getting so horribly skewered over and over. He's... The poor guy's dead. Like, stop hitting him with the damn pike. Disconcerted coachman. Here you go. 4 in 1 trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest then. Yeah. I love this guy just like, yeah, 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 dance. And these other 2 guys are just like, yeah, like it's cool, like relax. Wait, where am I going? Oh, Braxio. It is a little upsetting to pick up the bodies of NPCs that you, like, walked by so many times. Just before I die of old age? I'm carrying 4 corpses, you fucking asshole. Neuraxia's corpse. Should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take long to deliver all the corpses to the lich yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. Here she is. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so you found some small measure of peace. In the first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we've begun to preparing comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that for many, death came quickly. Let's bury me not on the lone prairie. Oh, I've got to take her back. Although we can perform the rites of most of the scions, there is one from whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions. Oh, I'm sure they're gonna love that. Let's see. Nine IVs? Huh, I only know of... What one IV? This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? Neuraxia? But this one does not understand. Kamuxio, this one has heard of much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Neuraxia? How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Neuraxia, but many Walking One's friends were lost as well. Neuraxia went to Thanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Neuraxia at the end. Tell this one that Neuraxia was brave. Tell this one that Neuraxia did not... Well, I can tell you one of those. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Neuraxia home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance! Imperial ones must pay! Imperial ones must suffer! When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Neuraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. I got you, BB. Alrighty, let's back to Camp Drybone. Gotta have the money to actually use Ethernet. We thank you for your service, and thank you for your service. You may be pleased to know that in your absence we interred the remaining scions into the Lich Yard. Perhaps you wish to do more for your friends? If so, I would remind you that you've already done so much on their behalf. Please take a rest, set aside your burdens for now, Arista. Hey, Mark, what you got for me? I'm not imagining, Arista. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It's as if I'm under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but when I felt it, but I felt it when I last ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. Oop. Got stuck on a pew. Of course. Oh, he thought he was going to be clever and strong. And instead, McLaren wins again. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please, allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Illud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think the others may come for me again. Heavens forfend that such a thing would happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you know something distinctive about his garb? Yes, he was Garland. Buddy. This is Garlean steel. Which means the man who was watching Mark was... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once! We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come. Oh, actual upgrade. Cool. Who is this? Alphino.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
It just happened, man.
And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Sid Garland. I have come for you.
He sounds so sinister.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait.
No! My mind!
Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
My brain!
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life.
Oh.
But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
What?
Who are you?
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did.
His grandfather? Oh my gosh, who's that?
'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction,
Yeah?
leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak.
Oh no.
Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian... Yet,
Oops.
therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary.
I wish to fight my foe.
And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Cid, you do. Your
Easy,
very own
Alfie. He's
airship.
trying to remember his brain.
It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Sorry, I bought some fancy cookies today while I was out. It's a butter cookie. Chocolate, cinnamon, and cayenne. Pretty darn good. Alright, moving ahead. What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Aresta. You wish to find this airship, yes? I don't know how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the Calamity, much like the Great Gubu Wall of Ulda. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Corthus. Hold on. The Great Gubu Wall of Ulda? If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Corthus. Mayhap the Serpent station there would have records of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped that might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still have need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Sid, Arista. Let's head on out. Time to head over to Falgord Float. Oh, there we are. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise? You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? I needn't refer you to the records. I know the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Corthus. What became of it after, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray seek the... I'm sure that it is you... I'm unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, you need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it. I hear that the machinery is fiendishly complex. You've come in search of Vodafort? Then well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Corthus. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. Twas the night before Battle of Cotonou, and all through the house, nigh on 5 years ago. I hailed the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen splits the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the Calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Corthus. The astrologians in the observatorium may have records which help, but to obtain them you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Delamun descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you if you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse at first, I have little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. Decline aid. Alright, well, bye-bye forest. Hello, Cold Town. Ugh. I wish it was nice and cold like this here. Although it is finally fall weather here in Texas. Waking up to 50-degree mornings. Sometimes it still gets to the 90s by the evening, though, which is upsetting. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Durandare? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? Ha! How absurd! As if we would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the Observatorum. Don't mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Oh. Big ugly robe. Big ugly robe. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? Alright, well, this is fine for now. Hello, have mercy, are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the hells is that knight I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have use for you after all. Still wish to aid us? Search the wilds west for my missing man. Then you know him by his uniform, that of House Durandare, as is mine. Someone got attacked by dragons, probably. Up here? Around the corner. Ah, oh. Uh-oh. It's toast. Not anymore. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon it would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving bastards. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. I must say, I didn't exactly expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However... I understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmo. Ah, the lady didn't come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovic be thinking? It is true that we made meticulous record which stretch back generations. However, because of this information is used to chart Dravanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist your inquiries, please seek audience with Chief Astrologian Forlamont up top. Up above. Up top. That's not even the right starting letter. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war, which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between Southron nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are arbiters of Halone's will. I will not put our great nation at risk. Certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship, of all things. Pardon the intrusion, Forlamont. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Guillaume, you honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durinder's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship, last seen in Querthus 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Querthus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark while traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Durinder in that fashion. Thank you, madam. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Ah. Okay, well, I think, unfortunately, I have to call stream a little early today. We have a Halloween party at the house tonight, so I need to help get the house ready for that. Thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!